I was crossing paths at the Lyric Market in Houston. And I've had Kati rolls in the past, and they're a phenomenal product. It had the bowls, which isn't offered at many spots. Initial idea of what it was going to be. As a franchisee, the main thing is that you have to grab the restaurant by the horn. So that was the first game plan.
Hi everyone, this is Nishant Verma, your franchise consultant at Franchise to World, and welcome to our podcast, Franchise Forward. Well, Franchise Forward is our way of providing insights, strategies, and success stories that inspire the aspiring franchisee owners through engagements with successful franchisees, franchisors, and all the industry experts. Well, Rasheed, let me introduce you to Rasheed. Rasheed is a graduate from University of Illinois. He is a serial entrepreneur. And a big reason why we have him with us today is that he is a successful franchisee of Kati Rollwala. He's had a fantabulous first month. Aside of being a franchisee of Kati Rollwala, he owns businesses like Drip Desert Lounge. He owns a business called Marquee Photo Booth, wherein he does rental photo booths for, I think, the entire US market. He also has a private equity firm called AKD Management. So, viewers, Kati Rollwala is an Indian franchisee. I would say it's an Indian fast casual restaurant which has tasty, reasonably priced food, healthy, and inspired by the Indian street food. So, Rasheed, over to you. Thank you so much for joining once again. And congratulations for this first big month. Can you take us through what inspired you to sort of take this franchisee of Kati Rollwala?
Sure. So my story with Kati Roll is I was crossing paths at the Lyric Market in Houston. And I've had Kati Rolls in the past, and they're a phenomenal product. Very enjoyable, tasty. Paratha, tikka, all that stuff. I love it. I enjoy it. So when I saw Kati Rollwala at the Lyric Food Market, I went and had, obviously, the product. And this was a concept I saw being transcendent. I thought that this would be a good product, and especially the area that I'm currently residing in Richmond, Texas. And I felt that it's a good, fast-paced product, in terms of being transcendent with today's times. Especially because Kati Rollwala itself not only had the rolls, it had the bowls, which isn't offered at many spots. So it gave it that Chipotle kava type concept, but for Indian food, and for Pakistani food. So that type of concept really drove me. And I reached out. I spoke with Pankaj, who's been phenomenal throughout the process. And his energy and excitement for the product really drove me. And from day one, he flew out, he met me, we engaged, we spoke, we talked, and I truly believe in the concept to be a large impact in this market.
Yeah, that's interesting. And while you just shared, what inspired you to take Kati Rollwala, would you like to share what actually strategies you made for the first month of launch? I mean, starting from scratch to building up this franchisee to building the strategy for the first month. What actually transpired? Can you share with our viewers?
No, absolutely. So in regards to that process, there was a lot of thought put into it. What's ironic is in the first part of doing this, we haven't done any aggressive marketing locally yet. And we haven't done that. We've been successful. My initial approach was I got a lot of the local food bloggers that have a direct impact social media-wise in tunes. So prior to opening, first and foremost, we built this beautiful restaurant, right? Aesthetically appeasing. It's very thought through. We've got pictures of Bombay, Lahore. With that being said, we made it very transcendent from today's times. So that was the first game plan. And then we wanted to take the visual of that and get it out there social media-wise. So what we did was we in-tuned and interacted with we called it a networking day, a social networking day. We opened it up to all the local bloggers, social media influencers in the area, and we literally did taste testing, photography, content, and we got that out there. And what they did was they marketed for us through that process, and that has driven us a lot of traffic. We also had our branding up for a significant amount of time, so that built the hype up itself. In the local community, as individuals drove by, they saw the branding, and obviously a lot of people saw it saying rice bowls and Kati rolls, so they got an initial idea of what it was going to be. But we did a lot of just general marketing from that perspective, but not any aggressive marketing local in the community. So without that, we've been very successful. And as we implement our next strategies that we have in place, we see this just going out the roof.
And we'll come to that. I think I want to know about what are your next strategies. But something you just said, I mean, I think it's a big learning how you can create hype without even just spending dollars. I mean, thousands of dollars. So this is really inspiring to me. And while we talk about what efforts were made by you, I would also be interested, and I'm sure viewers will be interested to know, how's been the training and support from the franchisor, from Kati Rolwala? Can you share your thoughts about it?
We had the chef come down, and then we had Mr. Pankaj come down as well for our soft opening. Prior to that, they sent us all the supplies we needed, all the specific secret masalas that they have, the entire product line. They set us up with the appropriate vendors to get appropriate products, and they set us up for success from that standpoint. As a franchisee, the main thing is that you have to grab the restaurant by the horns. So you have to really understand the product that you're dealing with, and as you go through the days, you understand the volume you need. Because we had moments where we were running out of product really quick because of the demand. And what was nice was because the team was involved from the East Coast and the support there, we knew what to do to make moves on regards to getting proper product sourced locally. But overall, it's been a great process. And Pankaj has been making a couple stops throughout this process in the first month. He's making sure our team is proper. He's getting in tune and involved with my team in the back by giving them advice and feedback of what to look out for, what to be caring for, and how to be successful. So it's been a great process with that team.
Great, and that's what I keep telling. In fact, it's a very known kind of a saying here in the franchise industry. It's getting into business for yourself and not by yourself. Absolutely. So exactly what you spoke about. So and something that comes to my mind while going back to what you said, the first month and the training and support you got from the franchisor. So what would you like to give message to the, aspiring franchisee owners, or let's say people who want to own a Kati Rolwala franchisee, that what are the strategies, what are the key things that they should do, or what are something that they should keep in mind while they, sort of get into franchisee business or get into a Kati Rolwala franchisee business for that matter?
No, absolutely. So I think from the standpoint of, when it comes to strategy, there's a two-way approach to it, right? The individuals that are getting involved, they need to understand that with today's times, you have to understand how the market works. And every product that we're providing has to be transcendent with today's times. And as you get in tune and interacted with the concept, you have to think who your customer base is, right? Yeah. And how to interact and engage them. Because at the end of the day, if you're engaging them with the appropriate product and the appropriate look of the aesthetic of everything, it's gonna bring them in, and they're gonna want to try it. And when they're here, from a strategy standpoint, it's all about customer experience, customer service, and providing that. So strategy-wise, I think you have to take a few elements into place, but it's thinking through how you're going to keep your customer engaged, interacted, and when they're in store, how to keep them coming back more and more.
Correct. And you mentioned something very important to my mind, because in today's world, there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of you have stores all around selling similar kind of food. Maybe customer engagement or customer experience is something which stands out, right, in today's world. So coming to my next question, now that you had a very good start, you've got support from the franchisor, you have your things sorted. What do you think are your short-term and long-term goals with a Kati Rollwala franchisee? How do you see yourself within this Kati Rollwala franchisee over the next, let's say, 1 year, 2 year, in a short term, and maybe 5 years in the long term?
So the question, repeat yourself. There's construction going on next door, so it's a little bit noisy. But you're asking, how do I see myself going over, expanding throughout the next 2 to 5 years, possibly, right?
That's right.
Honestly, I've been having this debate and this conversation with Pankaj a ton, and the future is ultra bright with Kati Roll. This concept, I can't tell you the amount of demand that other individuals have come in and seen it, tried the product, and seen our store aesthetically, and they love it. Okay, they love it. Without me speaking a word, there's a lot of demand and interest for it, right? So ideally, where we're going with it is from a growth perspective, we have the ability to grow nationwide exponentially right away. But this product itself, with it being the Chipotle Kava concept, this is going to be drastically expanding across the state of Texas fast. There's a lot of demand for it, and we're going to be scaling over the next 2 to 5 years, and that's where I see my involvement is replicating what we've done here to constantly impact the Houston, Dallas, Austin, and San Antonio markets very soon.
Great. And exactly what a franchisee business does to individuals. It gives you really the scope for expansion, the scope for scalability, right? Well, Rashid, thank you so much for sharing your incredible story. It was truly inspiring.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
And I'm sure this would have motivated all the aspiring franchisee owners out there. To my viewers, thank you so much for watching this episode of Franchise Forward. If you want to know more about Kati Rollwala franchisees and all other franchisee out there, please go to my website franchisetoworld.com to know more. And stay tuned for new episodes featuring incredible franchisee owners, franchisors, and all the industry experts. Till next time, keep moving forward with your franchise dreams.